Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining us for our festive tunes tonight. It will be all Christmas stuff, just because it's Christmas. Those of you who haven't met us before, I'm Catherine Granger, this is my husband Neil Clark, and we live in Larbert. And also we have Milo the dog, who may or may not make an appearance. He just flits about the room. The reason we're keeping this short and sweet tonight is because Milo's a recent addition to the family and he's still getting used to some of the instruments. So if you see what looks like us dancing about, we're actually nudging his toys across the floor to keep him occupied. Okay. So we're going to start off with a well-known carol.
It's always weird doing these things when you don't have an audience, you know. So because you do feed off an audience to a certain extent. So we've got notes in front of me. What am I supposed to do just now? I'm supposed to plug the CD. The CD, but with the two of us, is called No Borders, and we actually finished recording it maybe in January, just before we moved house, just before we went over to Germany. And the idea was that we would sell it at loads of gigs, and of course 2020 there hasn't been any at all, not for Glenbervie anyway, outside the house that is. So the CD is available from us. It's myself and Catherine. Just to give you a little bit of, if you don't know us, this is small pipes in C, clarinet in B flat. We've got whistles, guitars, we both sing. I teach Highland piping for a living, so we bring that in as well, and there's other stuff too. But tonight is mainly small pipes and clarinet with some other stuff because it's all Christmas carols. So if you're interested in the CD, we've got loads of them, nearly 1,000. Please contact us, let us know in the chat there. We can't read it just now, but we'll come back to it later on. And there's also another CD which is almost entirely just Highland piping from 5 years ago with one Glenbervie thing in. And I think that's all I meant to say just now. And we'll play a another Christmas carol for you, which you should recognise. And someone played this at the folk club virtual thing on Thursday, and one of the comments that came up was the guy only knew the dirty words to it. Well, I only like the dirty words. I can't sing it, but please crack on in your own house. Twice. This is you anyway. We argue about whether we're going to play things 3 times or twice. So that one was twice.
Anyway, yeah, so Neil may have mentioned there about the CDs also available to buy through our website, which we upgraded during the summer there. We had James Alexander from The Fingerprint, which is a local website and web design company. He helped us to get all that sorted out. And you will also find a whole load of information there. All the tracks from the CD, well, both CDs, is listed on the website because we were trying to be eco-friendly with the design of the sleeve, and we didn't want to put loads of information on it. There wasn't a lot of room. So all the track listings and the details of who wrote the tunes and all the rest of it are there on the website in the section under CDs. So, oh yeah, and also for those of you who are more digitally inclined, the CD is available to download from Bandcamp online. You can download the whole thing or individual tracks, whatever you prefer. And we would like to give a quick thank you and a mention to the amazing engineer Stuart Hamilton at Castle Sound Studios in Pencaitland, who did a superb job. He's got the patience of a saint. We had so many gremlins trying to record that CD, and he just worked through it all and produced, you know, a really good end result. So thank you very much, Stuart.
That's us finished plugging the CD in. We'll tell you more things in a wee while. And thanks for watching, by the way. We know you're there. It's a wonderful warm feeling.
the dog's ears, it's very distracting because his ears move in different directions depending on what notes we're playing. It's quite weird. Anyway, on you go.
All's well so far, he hasn't knocked anything over. 2020, what's happened? Well, we sort of started off as usual. 2019 was crazy busy. We were away on 5 different trips abroad, plus all the teaching, plus we had people visiting the house for teaching. And we said in 2019, 2020 is going to be quieter. So that was
prophetic.
That was fair enough. Aye. So January we moved house. We moved house to Torwood Avenue, and we're really happy here. We were a bit worried. The only thing we were worried about when we moved here, it's a nice wee quiet street, and we thought, are they going to be okay with people, with me teaching bagpipes? So they'd only actually got 3 months of that, and then everything's been on Skype since then. But we have done a couple of things out in the street, and it seems to be okay, and we're certainly very happy here indeed. So we moved house. 5 days later we went over to Odenwald in Germany for a Burns supper over there, and while we were over there we were sitting with our fantastic hosts Barbara and Lothar, who I think are watching tonight. This is your bottle, by the way, Lothar. We're going to get into it. The biscuits are for the dog, the bottle is for me. Us, yeah. So we're saying, what's this stuff going on in China, we said. And then of course we got back from Germany and things pretty much began to wind down. And we did our last gig in the Terfickin Inn in March as Glenbervie. And then we were totally locked down. So everybody that was coming to the house for teaching then went on to Skype. There were probably about 60-70% of people were on Skype anyway, so no great change there. But what happened was, because the whole world was in lockdown practically, I was already full with teaching slots, but we were getting 4 or 5 teaching inquiries a day. So I put a bit of an SOS out for 3 fantastic guys, Keith Bowes, Stevie Duffy and Dan Sweeney. I said, please will you help? So we now really have 4 teachers. Well, not under one organisation, but I farm new students out to these guys, which is fantastic. So that's the teaching side, and that's really what's been going on with the teaching side all year. Early on in the year, I thought I had the COVID, but I was just losing my voice because I was talking so much on Skype. I know you won't believe that I talk too much, but so we had to start a rolling day off every week to deal with that. So we didn't quite close down. Kaylee Boardman, our fantastic Highland dancer, has been dragging me around old folks' homes, and we've been putting shows on for the old folks there. We've been around with Primal Adventures, that's Primal Adventures, who are now based up at Duncarron, near Duncarron Fort up in the hills behind Denny there. They do loads of outdoor survival stuff, woodcraft, and actually tons and tons of stuff with a decidedly Scottish element. So please have a look at them. That's Primal Adventures. And we did a series of lockdown concerts. I think we did 3 or 4. And then in August it looked like lockdown was going to finish, and we said, okay, this will be the last one. And of course it didn't finish, and who knows when that's going to be. So that's me for that little half. The next one is a kind of projection as to what we're going to do. But in the meantime, we'll do your only song for tonight.
This is one that most of you might know from primary school even. I certainly remember doing this at school. It's the Calypso Carol.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. still sort of semi-alright so far. You might hear the odd thump, and that's him Jason is ragging. There we go. So what else has been happening? I've not really been around, but we do have a new grandson, Elijah James, born in April there. Funnily enough, the existing granddaughter has started Highland dancing, amongst thousands of other things. But started Highland dancing, so the indoctrination is working there. Catherine's daughter Kirsty got married on Halloween, in fact, and that was an adventure. I'm not going to say where it was because it wasn't strictly correct that we were there, but we had a 3-hour drive in a storm in the dark coming back, and we hit a tree, just slightly hit a tree on the way back, but we did make it, and that was the social outing of the year, really. So we'll play you another set of carols here on the pipes again, small pipes. Don't start that one too fast. That was just a wee bit too fast. Anyway, some of you may know that we have a YouTube channel, Falkirk Piping, which Neil mainly uses for putting on videos of tunes that his students are learning, so it's a teaching aid as much as anything else. We do also have videos of various gigs and things up there too. But Neil started up a Just Giving page for Parkinson's Scotland, mainly because his dad suffers from Parkinson's disease and is a member of the local group. Any funds that are gained from that are split between Falkirk branch of Parkinson's and Parkinson's Scotland, so it's very worthwhile, and we really appreciate those of you who've donated so far. There's around about £3,400 in the fund at the moment. Also on the YouTube channel, something I've been working on this year because I've had time to, I've discovered that I really enjoy songwriting, so I've written a few songs and I'm gradually adding those to a playlist on our YouTube channel. I think that was about That's more or less it,
yeah. The next tune we're going to play is one that we did at Falkirk Folk Club, I think it was last year, and Charlie Tibbles recorded it for us. Charlie is an amazing man, a brilliant music technician, and he's helped to keep the Falkirk Folk Club going online all year actually. Fantastic job. So he'd recorded this and we actually added this track to the CD. It's the only live track on the CD, and you can hear people joining in.
We're not mentioning the CD now, we're finished. We're finished. I need to find a start note. Is that us? Yeah. Yeah?
I'm not sure we're in tune.
Okay. Okay. Hold on, Doug. 2 tunes to go. We're nearly there. Okay. That's our second last tune, so we've got one more for you. Did you like how the dog made it look like my sporran was growling there? That was quite masterful. So thanks very much for coming tonight. That's absolutely fantastic. But strange year. Everybody that's been a pupil, everybody that's been a contact, has stayed a pupil, stayed in contact all year, and it's absolutely fantastic. I've actually had an easy job all year, sitting teaching bagpipes. Catherine keeps me fed and watered and empties my under the table bedpan because I don't get out much. But it's great staying in contact with all over the world. If you're still with us and you don't know us, we do teach all over the world, and that is all over the world. That's from here to Australia to the Falkland Islands to the States to everywhere, and that's the reason that we ended up getting all these fantastic jobs. That's one of the things that we did miss in 2020, is people come here for teaching, just the same way as they do to the National Piping Centre or whatever. They come to Falkirk to be taught by me, which is quite amazing. And we couldn't bring anyone here this year. There was about 5 or 6 definitely missed out on a trip. You will be here. I'm not going to promise you next year, but you will be here, and you're more than welcome. Pascal, is there any chocolate left in Switzerland? You sent us this thing about this size. Lothar sent us people send us things as well. So thank you for being with us. This t-shirt, I think we'll wind up because the dog might just about be running out of patience here. So thank you, and we've got, I meant to say that right at the start. We're going to do a wee toast for you, a sort of worldwide thing. The missus has got the hardest job. But if you've got enough time or you're already sitting with a drink, please have a wee glass with us. So, wobble wobble, that's the dog again. Are we still there? Okay.
Yeah, we're okay. So, wir wünschen unsere Freuden in Deutschland frohe Weihnacht und ein gutes neues Jahr.
I get the easy one. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and thanks again, Lothar.
Agus bliana vaur. Sorry, nola chiel agus bliana vaur. Slan.
This is one that we have sort of come to play at again at Falkirk Folk Club at this time of year, and we quite like it. We play the thing 3 times, and it's traditional in the Talbooth Tavern and Falkirk Folk Club for on the 3rd verse, the last time, to hum along, to go So if you could do that.
Think Bing Crosby.
The windows are open, we'll be listening. Thanks very much, folks. We meant to say right at the very start, I know you're commenting there. We can't read it just now. We don't know what you're saying all the way through, but we're going to walk the dog and then read all your comments. So thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Take care.
Now you get to see up my nose while I switch this off. How do I switch it? There we go.